Morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, members.
Morning, Deputy Speaker.
How are you today, Mr. Singh? I see you are.
Deputy Speaker.
Steve, how are you?
Good morning, Deputy Speaker. Very good, thanks.
Good morning. You have to greet me, Chief Whip. You know, even if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but it's your duty to say good morning.
Good morning.
Can we have the team put up the agenda? Yes. Let's ask. We must give the apology of the speaker. She is not well. So, who else's apology should we note?
Deputy Speaker, Julius.
Let's go through the. Okay, Julius, I'll give you a chance. Chief Whip.
Apologies until 9:30. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. I wish to of Deputy Chief Whip of the ANC, Honorable Dlakude. She's not well. She has been hospitalized yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's wish her well. Julius, you wanted to say something?
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. My apologies. I can only be in the meeting until 9:25. I have another engagement at that time. Thanks.
No. We undertook in another meeting that we will try and be as brief as possible and go back to this meeting taking only 30 minutes. I hope members will keep to that commitment. Thank you very much. Dade class.
Good morning, Deputy Speaker and honorable members. Yes, apologies of House Chairperson Frolik and Honorable Sheikh Imam. I would like to register.
Okay. All right. Okay. Honorable Singh, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, Deputy Speaker, apologies for Honorable Numalo. And perhaps we should send formal good wishes to the Speaker if she's unwell as a programming committee. I'm just suggesting. Thank you.
Yes, we will do that. I think, Dade Kaso, you hear that. Let's send get well to the Speaker from the meeting today. Thank you, Honorable Singh. You make us remember that we are human, you know. That's good. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm surprised you have a little bit of that in you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
It hasn't been eroded by all the nonsense going on in the country.
Indeed.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's. Is the proposal for the agenda to be approved as is?
Deputy Speaker, it's Natasha wishing you a wonderful, wonderful morning, and I'd like to propose that we accept the agenda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mazzoni. Any seconder?
I second, Deputy Speaker.
That is Alan Tombela. I was wondering whose voice it is. Now I've made it out. Yeah, okay, thank you.
It's a very
So
fresh voice.
the agenda is approved. Let's go to the minutes. Any corrections? Let's go to the next page. Next page. Honorable Madala, please mute there. And you, Honorable, I think you should, you muted, yeah. Thank you. Any corrections, members, on page 3? Page 4? Let's go to the next one. Next page. It appears you are saying to me that this is a correct version of our meeting. Let's have a proposer. Chief Whip, I see you nodding vigorously.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Speaker, I move that these minutes be adopted as a true reflection, and they are well written. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Compliments to the composers. Let's get a seconder. Who seconds the Chief Whip?
Steve Swart, seconds.
Okay. Thank you, Ndate Swart, for seconding that. So this is a true record of our meeting. Let's move to the next item. Any matters arising? Go ahead. I see Honorable Vessels.
Good morning, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, under matters arising in the previous meeting, we discussed the issue of the minutes of proceedings and the fact that there should be an addendum later to those minutes of proceedings reflecting the attendance of members during a division, as it is a legal matter. And it was specifically referred to the 16th of March, the sitting of the 16th of March, but also all other divisions going forward. I would just like to check what the progress or the status thereof is, because I don't think we have received such an addendum to those minutes of proceedings. If we can just check with the Secretariat.
We had said it's reflected in the minutes that we had recommended that those names be reported on, even if it's afterwards, as an addendum to the minutes. Yeah, we'll get a report on that. Any other matter arising? Okay, Ndate Council.
Thank you so much, Deputy Speaker and honourable members. We did indeed provide the detail as required for those minutes and made them available to parties. And we are working on ensuring that we do that in respect of other matters as well. It's going to be particularly challenging for the budget votes, I must say, Deputy Speaker, because technically the system does not allow for this to be done immediately or reasonably within a short space of time. It does take a bit of time. You'll recall that budget votes are about 41.
Yes.
And they're done on the same day. So we are working, honorable members, together with ICT to ensure that we do provide this addendum after the sitting. And so we will keep giving the progress. But certainly for the one that was raised in this meeting, we did provide the information, and to the in our view, it was accurate, and we did not receive any concerns or complaints from the parties. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Honorable Vessels will say whether that's okay, satisfied. Honorable Majordina.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, I confirm that as the ANC, as the party, we have received those documents as respected. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, members, I guess we will be patient as we speed up technology, which is often fast, but we ought to have the right system in place to be able to generate those names as soon as it happens. Thank you very much. If there's no other matter arising, I guess we move to the next item. Let's move to the next item. Let me not say that. Committee section, please go ahead.
Yes.
Good morning, Good morning, Deputy Speaker, honorable members and colleagues. Our report starts on slide number 4. On this slide, it is the ad hoc committee on to amend section 25, we are reporting that the committee activities are on course. On the 7th of May, the committee will receive the draft bill. On the 14th, deliberations, and the committee is planning to finalize its work on the 21st of May. The next update is on slide number 7. On this slide, it is Employment Equity Amendment Bill before PC on Employment and Labor. The committee will be considering oral submissions on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of April. That is what has happened. The next update is on slide number 8. It is Compensation for Occupational Injuries and Diseases Amendment Bill before PC on Employment and Labor. The committee also had oral submissions on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of April. The next update is on slide number 12. On this slide, it is a gas amendment bill before PC on mineral. This is a new referral the committee is to schedule. Next update is on slide number 15. On this slide is Criminal Law, Sexual Offences and Related Matters Amendment Act Amendment Bill. The matter is before PC on Justice and Correctional Services. The committee is having further deliberations on the 26th of May with the aim to finalize the bill on the 28th of May. Next update is on slide number 17. On this slide, it is Domestic Violence Amendment Bill before PC on Justice and Correctional Services. The committee will be having deliberations on the 18th, 21st, and 26th May with the aim to finalize the bill on the 28th of May. Next update is on slide number 18. That is Traditional Courts Bill before PC on Justice and Correctional Services. The committee is planning deliberations on the 14th of May with the aim to finalize the bill on the 21st of May. The next update is on slide number 21. On this slide, it is Financial Sector Laws Amendment Bill before Standing Committee on Finance. The committee is planning public hearings on the 18th and consideration or responses by National Treasury on the submissions and deliberations on the 2nd of June. Date to finalize is not yet decided. Next update is on slide number 22. On this slide, it is Pension Funds Amendment Bill before Standing Committee on Finance. Committee is planning public hearings on the 19th of May and responses by legal services on public submissions on the 1st of June. Date to finalize not yet decided. Next update is on slide number 23. That is Liquor Products Amendment Bill before PC on Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development. The committee is going to consider inputs from the National House of Traditional Leaders on the 11th of May and also finalize its report on that day. Next update is on slide number 25. That is the Standing Committee on Appropriations. The committee is considering two bills, that is Appropriation Bill and Special Appropriation Bill. The committee has started with its activities with the plan, Deputy Speaker, to finalize the two bills on the 1st of June so that they can be in the House by the 4th of June in line with the legislation. The next update is at slide number 28. On this slide, it is a Fiscal Responsibility Bill before Standing Committee on Finance. The committee is planning public hearings on the 25th of May and also to consider responses by legal services on the public submissions on the 1st of June. Date to finalize not yet decided. The next update is on slide number 29. On this slide is National Health Insurance Bill before PC on Health. The committee is planning public hearings on the 2nd of June. The next update is on slide number 30. It is a progress report with regard to the NHI processes. We can just indicate that so far out of 217 substantive submissions, 151 have been captured and then 66 are still to be processed. and the scanning process, almost 32,000 has been captured. The next update is on slide number 31. On this slide, it is the sectional titles amendment bill before PC on agriculture, land reform, and rural development. The committee is going to receive further briefings on the 25th of May and the 1st of June. Date to finalize not yet decided. The next update is on slide number 32. That is Agriculture Product Agent Amendment Bill before PC on agriculture, land reform, and rural development. The committee is having further briefings on the 25th of May and also the 1st of June. Date to finalize not yet decided. The next update is on slide number 33. That is Economic Regulation of Transport Bill before PC on transport. The committee is having further deliberations on the 14th of May. Date to finalize not yet decided. Next update is on slide number 34. On this slide, it is National Road Traffic Amendment Bill before PC on transport. The committee is having deliberations on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th of June. Date to finalize not yet decided. Next update is on slide number 35. That is Preservation and Development of Agriculture Land Bill before PC on agriculture, land reform, and rural development. It is a new referral. The committee is still to schedule. Next update is on slide number 36. That is Railway Safety Bill before PC on transport. It's a new referral. The committee is still to schedule. The next update is on slide number 37. That is Expropriation Bill before PC on public works and infrastructure. Currently, the committee is having public hearings in Gauteng. The next leg will be in Free State from the 13th up to the 16th of May. Thereafter follows the public hearings in KZN on the 20th up to the 23rd of May, and then Eastern Cape from the 3rd up to the 6th of June. The committee is planning to finalize its work on the 27th of July. The next update is on slide number 40. On this slide, it is Children's Amendment Bill before PC on social development. The committee is planning national public hearings that will be virtual from the 1st up to the 11th up to the 21st of May, and then provincial public hearings in Limpopo from the 5th to the 7th of June, Mpumalanga from the 11th to the 14th of June, Free State from the 18th up to the 20th of June, Northwest from the 22nd up to the 24th of June. Then the committee will have deliberations on the 4th to the 7th and the 11th, the 12th and the 18th of August. The committee is planning to finalize the work on the 25th of August. Next update is on slide number 41. That is the Fundraising Amendment Bill. Before PC on social development, the committee is planning briefings in August, date to be decided. Next update is on slide number 44. On this slide, it is the statutory appointments before PC on communications, the filling of vacancies for the SABC. The committee is planning to do the shortlistings, the interviews, and the adoption of the report during the second term. The next update is on slide number 45. Before PC on communication, also statutory appointments, the MDDA board. The committee is planning shortlisting, interviews, and adoption of the report during the second term. Next update is on slide number 47. That is the filling of vacancies or statutory appointments before PC on women, youth, persons with disability. That is the NYDA board. The committee has so far received about 800 applications. On the 24th of May, the committee will consider the shortlisting criteria. And then on the 25th, then the committee will do the shortlisting. From the 26th May up to the 15th of June, the committee will do the screening of the candidates. 21st of June, Then the committee will discuss the interview questions. From the 22nd up to the 25th of June, the committee will conduct the interviews. On the 29th of June, the committee will have the deliberations, and the committee is planning to finalize its work the 30th of June. The next update is on slide number 48. That is the appointment of members of Critical Infrastructure Council before PC on Police. The committee is planning interviews on the 1st, the 2nd, and the 4th of June. Then deliberations on the 9th of June. Date to adopt the report not yet decided. Next update is on slide number 51. That is a matter before PC on communication. That is the salary determination of the ICASA board members. It's a new referral. The committee is still to schedule. On slide number 52, on this slide, sorry, Deputy Speaker, it is the matter before Standing Committee on Auditor General. It is also the salary determination of the Auditor General. The committee is planning to consider the referral and report back on the 21st of May. The next update is on slide number 53. It is a matter before PC on women, youth, and persons with disability. It is the salary determinations of the commissioners for Commission for Gender Equality. The committee is planning the consideration of the referral and also report back on the 14th of May. The next update is on slide number 55. On this slide, Deputy Speaker, just want to indicate that it is the ad hoc committee for section 194 inquiry. So far, the technical team is ready, and the only outstanding matter is to get finality on the membership of the committee. As soon as that is confirmed, the first meeting of the committee will be convened. The next update is on slide number 57. That is the petition before PC on small business development. That is the Sundan project, Mzansi Broadband, ACSS Telecoms, and Follow Electricals and others. The committee still to decide on its program on this matter. This concludes our presentation, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Ndati. Honorable members, there's the presentation on the committee work. And Chief Whip, I see you've got your hands up. Honorable Singh.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and let me welcome this presentation from committee section. Honorable Deputy Speaker, I've noticed that some of the portfolio committees will have to conduct public hearings during the constituency period. I want to propose in advance, before we even discuss parliamentary program, that we be flexible as parliament to allow some committees to conduct business during constituency period. I also want to welcome that the three bills that have something to do with gender-based violence and femicide will be finalized during this second term. If it is possible, Chair, for our next meeting, can the section please highlight all the bills that should be finalized during this next term, just to list them so that we can be able to know which bill comes now for finality or to be adopted in the House. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Singh.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. My comments will be in the same vein as the Chief Whip of the majority party. I'd just like to know, to what extent has there been synchronization between the parliamentary program and committee programs? Because yesterday we heard that when there are mini plenaries starting in the morning, there will be no committees. But here I noticed some dates, and I don't want to mention the dates. They must go through it today and tomorrow and come back to us next week. There are dates where they say, we are meeting on this date, we're going to finalize the report, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And when I look at the program that we considered yesterday, I mean, there are clashes. That's the one issue. The second issue is what the Chief Whip has raised. There are dates in June that are being proposed, and we know 7 June to 16th of August is a constituency period that was set aside for a particular reason, and we all know the reason, to give us time to be on the ground. Now, I have no problem with what the Chief Whip has said, that, we can allow certain committees, but there has to be some kind of certainty on which committees, the urgency, etc., etc. And I don't think the left hand knows what the right hand is doing here, programming and committees. So that's my issue, sir. We don't have to discuss it now.
And that should not arise. In fact, it ought to happen in advance. So, okay. Any other comment on the committee report? Who else has his or her hand up? Okay, no one.
Time is up, Deputy Speaker.
Oh.
Just to say that the sentiment has been heard in terms of coordination, what we are bit by bit becoming very much alert to a technical committee level. To the extent that we are actually thinking that we may have to revise the template so that the template manages to actually talk to issues across the board and should actually have some kind of early warning signal in terms of the bills that are before committees that are supposed to actually be adopted within a particular term. And that will actually tell us as to whether we are there in terms of when these bills will be 80 seat and things like that. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
All right. Thank you very much. There's a question that has been posed here about how long it takes to process a bill. Ndateta, are you able to give, on average, how long it takes to give and take if everything is in order? How long it takes to process a bill?
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. It will be difficult to explain how long, but I can tell you if committees can learn from what the Finance and Appropriation committees are doing. Those committees, once they adopt their program, they stick to the program and everybody can see how long it will take. At times, what becomes a challenge is committees postpone meetings or they take more time doing the briefing and also the issue of public hearings. But in short, what one can say is the Finance and Appropriations are very good examples. They develop their program, they stick to the program, and everybody is certain. I've just indicated how the Standing Committee on Appropriation is going to deal with 2 bills. And at times they even, where the bills are related, they combine them and they deal with them simultaneously without compromising any of the bills. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
So in other words, you are saying that you can't place time, but what those two you mentioned, finance and appropriation, there is certainty once they have programmed the bill, how long it will take. And it depends which bill it is and so on. Is that correct?
That is correct, Chairperson. The Deputy Speaker, because 2 activities when a bill is processed, that is the briefing and that is the deliberations, that is the public hearings. Now, if the 3 activities can be fixed, then the bill will be done. But where a committee is having public hearings in provinces, another good example is the expropriation bill. The committee is doing public hearings in 9 provinces, but already there is certainty that come the 27th of June, the committee will be done with its work.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ndadita. Let's go to the bills.
Good morning, Honorable Deputy Speaker, honorable members and colleagues. On our report today on bills before Parliament.
Introduce yourself, please. I don't see you.
I'm Toby Lemjobile, Deputy Speaker from the Bills Office.
Okay, say that. Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Okay. On item A, on our report on bills before Parliament, we've got 3 bills on NA order paper, and there's one on item 2 that is highlighted, which is the civil aviation. The committee reported on the bill on the 19th of March, and therefore it is now on the order paper for consideration. On item B, there are 37 bills before NA committees, and we've highlighted number 35, 36, and 37, because those are new introductions. And lastly, I will report that 2 acts were sent to the presidency for assent, and the 2 acts are the Upgrading of Land Tenure Right Amendment Act and the Correctional Services Amendment Act. And now it makes the total of the number of acts with the presidency to be 10. So that's all from our report, Deputy Speaker. But with your permission, Deputy Speaker, I will hand over to my colleague, Advocate van der Merwe, to report on the Constitutional Court deadlines. Thank you.
Okay, let's hear you, Ndati.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Good morning, members. I'm Charmaine van der Merwe from the Legal Services Office. On our Constitutional Court judgments that require an action, we have circulated a report that sets out all the matters. But what I would like to highlight to this committee, and in fact, my colleague Tobile just referred to 2 of the bills that have been sent to the presidency, correctional services and upgrading of land tenure rights. Both of these had suspensive orders in place on them. There was also a 3rd, the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act. Now, she reports more regularly than I do. That's why I have this additional one. So since the last time that I've reported, this one has also been sent to the President. So there's 3 bills that will hopefully come off our list of bills to check for Constitutional Court deadlines very soon. Thank you very much.
Any comments on the bills? Mayor Majak, is that your hand up or is it old?
Old hand, Deputy Speaker, sorry.
Okay. Honorable Singh?
Yeah, thank you, Deputy Speaker. Just a quick question. There are 10 bills or acts sent to the President for assent. Could we have an indication of the timeframes when they were sent? Because I think this matter has come up before as well, to see if there are undue delays or what the story is. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Charmaine?
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I will send the list to the committee of the dates of when the acts were sent.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. We'll appreciate that. Thank you very much. Members, if there is no further comments on the bills, let's move to the next item. Go ahead, Mayor. You have to unmute.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Can we have the program flighted, please? Thank you. This is our program for the term that we're finding ourselves in. It's now our 2nd term, which stretches from the 4th of May to the 4th of June. We are now on week 9 of the 2nd term. And basically, this term is mainly a term that's really going to be looking at votes, EPCs, and adoption of votes. That's the main business of this term that is very short. And after this term, we are actually going to be having quite a long recess period as requested by members because of the fact that we are hoping to be preparing for with campaigns for the coming local government elections. For now, we are on week 9. And today being Thursday, we are now, after the meeting, we'll be having caucus by political parties. And then in the afternoon at 14 hours up to 17 hours, we will have questions to the president. And then tomorrow, Friday, the 7th of May, we will have a committee and oversight visits. The week that follows is week number 10, with Monday, Monday the 10th. Monday the 10th of May being constituency day. Tuesday the 11th of May between 10 and 13 hours we'll have committees, and then we will have plenary at 14 hours, so that will stretch from 14 hours to 18 hours. To note is that debate on urgent matters of national public importance, the unfolding of the DNA crisis, the South African Police Service. It's a motion that has been sponsored by Mr. A.G. Wickfield of the Democratic Alliance. And then Wednesday, the 12th of May, between 9 and 13 hours is committees. At 10 o'clock is Chief Whips Forum. At 15 hours, we will have plenary up to 17 hours 45, and the main business of the day will be questions to the Deputy President. Thursday, the 13th of May, 8:30, we'll have programming committee meeting that is followed by caucus by political parties. And then at 14 hours, we will have the beginning of mini plenaries. That will actually be mini plenaries that will be in the form of EPCs that will be looking at votes as listed. For the Thursday, the 13th, the first mini plenary will be from 14 hours to 16 hours 15 for votes as listed. Friday, the 14th of May, at 10 o'clock up to 13 hours, we will have the PGIR workshop meeting. And then at 10 again, which runs concurrently with that meeting, up to 12:15, we'll still have mini plenaries for votes as listed. The week that follows is week number 11, with Monday the 17th of May being a constituency day. The 18th of May, mini plenaries will continue starting at 10 o'clock. That's the one that starts at 10 o'clock up to 12:15 for votes as listed. And then there's another one starting at 14 hours to 16 hours 15 for votes as listed. There's another one, starting at 16:30 to 18:30 for votes as listed. Wednesday, the 19th of May at 8:30, there will be a Chief Whips Forum, which is a new arrangement as agreed upon at the Chief Whips Forum, taking into consideration alignment of business. Between 9 and 13 hours, we'll have committees, and then mini plenaries will also be continuing with the first one on the 19th of May, beginning at 10 to 12:15 for vote 9, and then there will be another mini plenary for starting at 14 hours to 16 hours 15 for the 2 votes as listed. Thursday, the 20th of May, 8:30 is programming committee meeting, followed by caucus by political parties. At 14 hours, we have mini plenaries continuing from 14 hours up to 16 hours 15. We have those votes that will be considered as at 16:30 to 18:15. The mini plenaries continue for the votes as listed. Friday, the 21st of May, at 10 o'clock up to 12:15, we will have mini plenaries continuing for votes as listed. The week that follows is week number 12, with Monday, the 24th of May being constituency day, and a continuation of mini plenaries on the 25th, Tuesday, the 25th of May. Between 10 and 12:15, we have mini plenaries for votes as listed. Between 14 hours and 16 hours 15, mini plenaries continues. And then the next day, the 26th of May, we have between 9 and 13 hours committees. And then is the Chief Whips Forum at 10 o'clock. And then there's plenary, which will be hybrid. To consider, which is new on the program, is condolence motion for MS Jackie Mufokeng, Honorable, who has just passed on. May his soul rest in peace. And then we'll also have committee reports. Thursday, the 27th of May, 8:30, we have programming committee meeting. At 10 o'clock is multi-party women's caucus. At 14 hours, we have plenary for businesses listed. Friday, the 28th of May is committees. The week that follows is week number 13, with Monday, the 31st of May as constituency day. Tuesday, the 1st of June, between 10 and 13 hours, we've got committees. At 14 hours is debate on vote 2, that is Parliament, in consideration of reports on the budget on Youth Day. Wednesday, the 2nd of June, between 9 and 13 hours, we have committees. At 10 o'clock, we have Chief Whips Forum. At 14 hours, we have plenary for debate on vote 1, the presidency. Thursday, the 3rd of June, 8:30 is programming committee meeting, followed by caucus by political parties. At 14 hours, we have plenary for resumption of debate on vote 1, the presidency, which will be in the form of a reply by the president. Friday, the 4th of June, at 10 hours, we will have plenary for business as listed, and mainly it will be consideration of the appropriation bill, first reading and second reading debate thereof, and also consideration of the votes and schedules for the appropriation bill. Thank you. And the constituency period, Honorable Deputy Speaker, the constituency period will stretch from the 7th of June to the 16th of August, which I actually said it will be quite long because of the fact that members have actually expressed the wish to have more time in the constituency. I thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Pilani Majake. Let's hear comments, members. Deputy
Speaker, just to indicate for that this committee should be aware that because the reply by the President is on the 3rd of June and the budget votes will be considered on the 4th of June, it means the Standing Committee on Appropriations can only report on the 3rd of June. The 3-day rule will be affected. So the 3-day rule would have to be suspended to enable the House to deal with the votes on the 4th of June. We thought that we should just make this committee aware timelessly. Thank you.
And the necessary preparations for that motion in the House be done.
Indeed, sir, that will be done. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Any other comments on the program?
Yes, Kalepi, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable, thank you.
Yes. Yes, Deputy Speaker, how are you?
I haven't heard your voice for a long time. I am good.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. No, just two things. I just noticed that on the program, this coming Friday, there's a Workers' Parliament. If I can get a clarity who's going to participate, the members of the community in the form of workers are also invited, or is only members of Parliament? Are we going to have statements from political parties? How is the program look like? That is the first question. The second one, Deputy Speaker, is about the constituency period. As the programming committee keep on saying that it's a long period, but I noticed that it's until August. And my understanding and the reason is that we need to go and campaign. So now if we are coming back to Parliament in August, what will happen until the voting day, which is 27th of October? The third one, Deputy Speaker, I just want to get a clarity from the Parliament. Have you noticed that the corona cases are also growing in terms of the statistics that we got yesterday? if the Parliament is aware. So what are the plans around that? Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Okay. Comments, honorable members?
My hand is up, Chair.
Mayor Brot.
Thank you very much. Partly I've been covered by Honorable Mukhalipi on the issue of the 7th. On the program, the issue of the Workers' Parliament appear in the NCOP, and I have personally received an invitation. And I don't understand, because this issue we have been raising it about. Actually, you are the relevant person, Honorable Deputy Speaker, because you take care of the sectoral parliaments. What is happening? We just need that clarity. Because when you say Workers' Parliament, it's both for both houses. So I don't understand. Thanks.
Any other honorable thing?
Yes, Deputy Speaker, I raised the same issue that Honorable Barotto has raised with regard to the Youth Parliament, because I see it's on the 4th of June when we'll be having a very, very busy day, but it's listed under the NCOP. So we received a response yesterday from the Chief Whip of the Majority Party, but perhaps we can hear from you. I mean, why are these two parliaments put under the NCOP section and we are excluded? Is it meant to be that way? Thank you.
Any other question, comments, Honorable
Deputy Speaker, it's Natasha. My hand's been up for some time.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Honorable Steve. Let's give Honorable Mazzoni to come
No
first.
problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Swart. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, my concern is, revolves around committees like the Rules Committee, the Powers and Privileges Committee, and the Ethics the committees that deal with ethics and parliamentary ethics, etc. These committees are far behind on their work, and I would like to find out if during this extended recess period, these committees will be sitting to catch up on their work, because from what I can see, Powers and Privileges is far behind. The Ethics Committee of Parliament is far behind, and the Rules Committee certainly has quite some work to do. So I'd like to know if these committees will be using this extended recess time to catch up on all of their backlogs. Thank you.
Okay. Honourable members, who else? It's you, Honourable Swart.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I think the point about the committee sitting during the constituency period has been made by previous speakers, and I would support that where necessary and to catch up. I also am a bit concerned about the Workers' Parliament now being on the NCOP schedule. My understanding was we received an invitation and then we received a notification that it had been postponed. And so I am deeply concerned if it is now suddenly on the NCOP side. So could we also address that issue? Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Let's get responses. Honourable
Deputy Speaker.
Oh, okay. Go on that.
Yeah, thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker. Honourable
Swart, lower your hand, please.
On the 14th of May, we have the PGIR, and it runs parallel with the mini plenaries. I think there has been a concern from other members about that, and they would like to make sure that this meeting succeeds. But unfortunately, if it runs again parallel to the mini plenaries, we might not all be there, and it will be a setback because we have a serious backlog with regard to the reports. So I'm just saying, Deputy Speaker, then I would request the programming week maybe to reschedule it for during the recess, if it does not succeed. But we still have to take it up with the co-chair in this particular regard.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Deputy Speaker, my hand was up.
Who is that?
Mhlangweni.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Honorable Mhlangweni.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, I just like to also come in on the committees that are sitting during recess. May I propose that Mr. Kaso just write a letter to all political parties and state that committees will be, some committees may still have work to be done over constituency periods. Because what we have found in the other one, this recess that we are coming back now, that other political parties do go and complain at the committees and not wanting to do work. So I think if it's coming from that particular office to state that we are sitting during constituencies, then other parties won't have to elect to stand on to go to committees and sort of bully the chairpersons and other committee members that want to do work during constituency periods. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Piladi Majake.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
If you have spoken, please lower your hand. I will assume if it is on, you're still going to speak. And at the class, you want to speak first or after?
I will be guided by yourself, sir. I don't mind either way.
No, go ahead and speak first, and let's give an Honorable Majake to the last word.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Just on the issue raised by Honorable Kalipi on the issue of COVID, I don't know whether it's in reference to the mini plenary sittings, but I just wanted to underline the fact that the mini plenary sittings will be virtual. So there will not be physical interactions. That is from next week up to almost the end of May. The issue of the Youth Parliament was discussed in the Chief Whip's Forum, and there was an indication from the side of the Chief Whip that there had been some discussions possible about maybe it shouldn't be happening, but I'm not sure if those have been concluded. But I think Honorable Swart has spoken to the issue of the Workers' Parliament. I'll also just get more information where he indicates that there was a note that it had been postponed. The issue of committees that are sitting during recess, we'll do that if it's necessary, as we did when we went into the last recess, where we informed this committee which committees will be sitting during the recess. So we can always formalize it by way of writing to the parties once a decision has been made in terms of which committees will be sitting during the recess.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable Plan Majake.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I think the issue of Youth Parliament and Workers' Parliament is a matter of sectoral parliament that I'll probably leave to the executive, because it's something that needs to be sorted out. Because for us, we just have to schedule. And it becomes difficult if this matter of sectorial parliament and what is contentious about sectorial parliament business is not actually being finalized. Babantomela, I've heard you, and I think probably your consent can still fall under what Mr. Kaso is actually saying in terms of realignment of committees that will actually be sitting over recess. Though at the same time, in terms of members that will actually be attending, maybe before we come with a conclusive remark of saying that maybe members might not be in the position to come, maybe there could be an attempt to find out as to who is actually affected. It's just a suggestion. And this is the Africa month, the 25th of May. We have not scheduled anything yet, and it might be good for us to actually be given guidance in terms of what should happen. around Africa Month. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Clan Machake. Ndade Klaso?
So just one matter that I forgot to mention. There's been a request for...
Oh, yeah. You see, Honorable Singh, you are my witness. These young people also forget. They mustn't blame us older ones for being forgetful and blame dementia. Go ahead, Klaso.
So there's been a request for a joint sitting to mark the 25 years of the Constitution.
Yes.
The matter is being attended to. A date has not been determined yet. Between the NA and the NCOP, there will be an arrangement, but I suspect it's going to be towards the end of May. We have those 2 days there that are relatively open. We might have to utilize those days. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, on the sectoral parliaments, may I request that I not say a word here because there are discussions that I'm not familiar with that I don't understand. So I'd like to consult, and then we will write to you, each of the political parties, about what the issue is. As soon as it is clear, it will be in the next day or two, so that it is clear what we should be doing about it. So if there is any other outstanding issue, what is it that has not been responded to? None. Honorable members, if we don't have earth-shattering announcement.
No, the problem, Deputy Speaker, is that we raise our hands, but we're not pointed. You want us to shout in the meeting.
No, that I've been asking because often I don't see the names here. Speak that they hope, but you could also just say, like everybody else does.
No, but shouting in the meeting is not good, Deputy Speaker.
It's not shouting, it's just saying I'm speaking. You are not shouting.
Papo wants a special arrangement, Deputy Speaker.
No. Please, don't get involved here. Go ahead, Ndate Hope.
I just wanted to check whether, in fact, the program of the NCOP we're talking about, has it been confirmed? Because we've been talking about this NCOP program. Has the programming committee there confirmed the program? Because if we want certain things to be removed from the NCOP, how do we do it?
No, this is why I said I don't want to talk about that. We need consultation. We can't be presumptuous about what has been decided, finalized, and we are invited to come into that debate now. Let's get information so that we respond on an appropriate basis when we do respond.
Deputy Speaker,
yes.
No one commented about coming back on August while you are expected to go to local government on October.
No. That's a different story. You sound to me like you're asking for, to go and campaign. The only time so far agreed upon by all parties is the one stated. That one is another story. You'll do it on extra time that you might be able to squeeze out of the program. But let's assume that if there is any strongly motivated case, the leadership might reconsider and decide otherwise. But so far, let's consider the given timeframes as the appropriate ones. Those we haven't gone into. Honorable members, there is no announcement and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you.